Glad to have you back on iBrand Daybreak, reaching you live from our studio in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, we still watch Sight Day, and according to report, 4.25 million Nigerians are blind, in quotes. And well, Samson, what do you want to say about this?
Well, it shows you that we have work to do when it comes to taking care of our eyes.
Now, when they mean blind, not blind,
yes,
like
in quotes.
In quotes. So, what do you have to say, really? I know you tried to say me, but I'm not blind. As a matter of fact.
No, I've not said you are.
Yeah, well, you were about to. You said that.
I'm making use of glasses.
I'm making use of glasses, protective, But then the thing is, sometimes some things contribute to the fact that we're not able to see as much as we should see. Light, some things we eat. As a matter of fact. Some persons were born with teeth, as a matter of fact, though. But the need to care for our eyes cannot be overemphasized, especially if you have to use glasses. They are very. Sometimes they are really uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, it's not like it's used for shakara. Like
you look like a nerd.
A nerd, right? Actually. All right. So something quickly.
Well, before we take the reports we have concerning the eyes, I think you should understand that the eyes is a very important organ of the body, and one that is literally
it lights up
one's being, as it were. Having said that, sometimes some of the challenges with the sight, as you've said, it could be hereditary. Blindness is hereditary, and sometimes we're just not mindful of how we make good use of our eyes. Some of us read with poorly dim light. Sometimes it could be excessive use of our phones or systems, the light rays and what have you. All of those things, we should be mindful of going forward. You talked about that as well. There are various diets that are very good for, the eyes, especially concerning the various vitamins that would, be effective in improving the sight. All of these things have to be put into perspectives, and we'll definitely address that, when we speak to a professional, talking about an ophthalmologist concerning today's World Sight Day celebration. But it's time to take a report on sight. We'll be right back.
Love is a beautiful thing, and when you love something or you love someone, you go out of your way to take care of them. So when we say love your eyes, what we want people to do is to pay extra attention to their eyes. We want them to, have a good relationship with their eyes, a relationship where you don't want anything to go wrong, you don't want the eyes to get bad, you want your eyes to work with you till the day you breathe your last. You don't want to have to work with aids or be work assisted, or because when your eyes are gone, really a vital part of your life is gone. So yeah, it's very important to love the eyes, and it's very important to have a loving relationship with your eyes. If you love your eyes, the first thing you will do is to get proper eye care and regular eye care. You would schedule regular appointments to have eye exams, depending on what your doctor says or how frequent they choose to ask you to come. You will schedule appointments, you will keep to those appointments, and you will do the things that they ask you to do. Loving your eyes is very simple, but can take a lot of effort. Really, when you're in love with someone, of course you make sacrifices and you go the extra mile to do things for them that will make them happy. Just think about the whole situation as being in a loving and romantic affair with your eyes, and then go the extra mile to treat your eyes well. Well, like I said before, have regular eye exams, visit your eye doctor, do not eat well, eat meals that are rich in vitamin A, that are rich in vitamins and minerals, balanced diet pretty much. Your fruits, your vegetables should not be far away from you. Do not engage in harmful practices, no putting sharp things or exposing your eyes to extreme lighting conditions. If you wear makeup, clean up your makeup properly and appropriately every night before you go to bed. And then for children, schedule proper eye exams for them at the right time. and you'll just be fine. And take care of your health, because there are systemic conditions that can predispose you to having eye conditions that are vision threatening. Take care of your health and you'll be fine.
That was quite expository, it must be said. Now, for the World Sight Day, it is held annually on the second Thursday of October as it observes their awareness about eye health. This year, the World Sight Day is on October 13th, which is today, and the World Sight Day was commemorated by the International Agency for the Prevention of Blindness with the theme, Love Your Eyes. It is a day to ponder over the importance of your eye health and find ways to protect it and keep it healthy now and in the future. And just as you had a listen, we had a chat with Uluaka Kola Olalire, who is the CEO of Danitop Eye Clinic, and that's what you know, you just heard from. Quite expository, it said. Yeah. I mean, she gave us, you know, insights into how to care for the eye and all. Again, I like the theme for this year, Love Your Eye. There's the need to be mindful of how, you know, we treat our organs. Oftentimes, as humans, we take extra care in, you know, the cosmetics, you know, trying to ensure that you look beautiful and radiant, and sometimes we're not just mindful of how we make use of the eye. So you know, I think it's a good one.
I like the theme, like you said, a lot of people don't even love their eyes. They're just mindful of their eye. Like that's this reflex action when someone is trying to come close to you. This thing you just do to shield your eyes. But the thing is, you're shielding your eyes. But how about the side? Do you love your eyes? Love of eyes. When you love your eyes, you realize that even some cosmetics you put in your eyes are even harmful to your eyes. We ladies will like lashes, a lot of lashes. For a while, I've never had to use lashes because I just realized that it's very inconveniencing. Come on. It looks good, no doubt, but then all the chemicals, some persons are not supposed to be in the sun for so long because they are photophobic. For instance, I am photophobic, so my glasses have to be photochromic. No, even it took me so much time to use glasses. Me, as an instance, started using glasses from as low as primary 3 in my junior secondary school. SGSS 1, I stopped on my own. Nobody asked me to stop. Hoping that it would, well, it got better, but then I started straining and it came back again. So imagine that period. I'd use it to clear the eyes correctly. I wouldn't have to be going through this now. You know, the light in the studios, the computer, people who are addicted to computers, always wanting to research.
Work for long,
And now they've said that when the room is dark, having to use your phones close to your eyes in a very dark room is not so good. But a lot of us, we are very guilty of doing this thing.
Exactly.
Some of the things we eat, how good are they? How does it affect your eyes? So some of the things we do, how does it affect your eyes? I'm tempted to say some of the things we see, but then that's not part of it. But then really, how does it affect your eyes? Looking at this thing, because in the long run, if we don't take care of it now, when some persons will get to 90 and are not able to see clearly, and you're wondering, some persons will also be 90 and are seeing very clearly. So it all depends on how you're able to. But if yours is hereditary, then there's little you can do, but there's something you can do to ensure it doesn't escalate.
Exactly.
I think that's it.
Exactly. I think we should also be mindful, you know, most times when we're in primary, secondary school, what we learned was short-sighted, you know, long-sighted and the rest of them. But right now, you realize that the eye defects come in different, you know, forms. The general one is, or the most common one has to do with, you know, cataracts, glaucoma, and all of that. But beyond all of these, you know, health issues, I think ophthalmologists, you know, opticians are doing a good job in ensuring that we also have the basic treatments we need to cater for our eyes. There are various eye drops now, you know, to relieve the pressure of the eye. Not until my mom, you know, had issues with her sight did I even know the eye had a certain pressure range that it should be, you know, because when she went through those tests at the time, there were talks that the pressure in the eye was too much, and I was wondering, where's that coming from? So I think we all need to educate ourselves on, you know, proper health. Proper care rather for the eyes, because the eyes is very, very important. It's probably the most important organ in the body, arguably, you know. So we need to cater for it adequately in terms of our diet, in terms of how we make use of it. You've talked about, you know, certain habits that are wrong, like reading under dim lights or making use of the phones or systems for too long and all of that. And these are the issues or the, you know, ways that we've been told over time by the professionals that we should be able to, you know, address the eyes by cutting down on some of these harmful habits, and more importantly, ensuring that, you know, we have a good sight, especially going into our old age as well. You know, the more one ages, the more there's a need to be specific about how you take care of your organs. So I really hope that folks would make use of this day to get more knowledge about, you know, the sight, the eyes as a whole, and how you can take proper care of it, because it is very important. You don't want to, you know, grow old and you can't even see things. That folks who are in their 20s and 30s and have serious eye challenges, you know, when it comes to sight. So let's hope that this day serves, you know, the right purpose.
And also there are some eye exercises. When I went to the doctor to get my glasses, I had to understand that there are some eye exercises, and the glasses I even had to get. Now, if I was taking care of my eyes as I should, it wouldn't have been that expensive. It would have been that they had to use a double lens for this glasses. So imagine I was taking care of my eyes so well. Probably I would have just had a little defect, and they would just look for. But I had to pay more. I have to use the double glasses, and the instruction was, do not take off the glasses except you're about to sleep. But on that same day, why would I wear the glasses all from morning till evening except I'm about to sleep? So if the instruction your doctor gives to you is very important, because there are reasons they are professionals. If they say wear your glasses, it can be really difficult, because imagine your doctor is telling you don't take off these glasses except you are sleeping, and the day is 24 hours. So if you're going to sleep by 10 p.m. you start wearing the glasses from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Of course, I didn't do that, but then that's not a very good thing to do.
But, you know, another thing I think is the reason for that is there's this sociocultural bias or discrimination towards the use of glasses. You know, there's that stereotypical notion that, oh, you look like a nerd once you use glasses. So people tend to shy away from that. They don't want to be, you know, discriminated against and all.
And it's not comfortable.
Some don't want to be mocked. You know, you hear things like, oh, you have four sights or four eyes rather, and all of that. I think we should also speak about that, because it's wrong. It doesn't help those who are patients that need to make use of glasses, you know, on a constant basis. There's nothing wrong in using glasses. We have those, I'm sure, in our families who use glasses right from childhood, and it hasn't, you know, limited them in any way in terms of their abilities to change the world or the society. So I think we should also speak against that sociocultural bias against people using glasses. The notion that, oh, you look like a nerd should also be washed off. Rather, we should encourage, you know, folks who have eye challenges to go for treatments. If it's going to require eye drops, yeah, fine. If it's going to require the use of glasses for the rest of their lives, let's encourage them, so that we have more people with good sight than we have more blind people. The study that says about 4.25 million Nigerians are blind, in quotes, is a bit worrisome. Because yes, it may not be a total blindness in that sense, but it also shows you that those who are probably at the precipice of you know, total blindness, that those who, if they are not careful in terms of treatment of the eyes, they could also find themselves in that category.
Some people don't even know that they have eye issues until they see a doctor.
Exactly. And, you know, again, it calls for periodic checkup, you know, for the eyes, because most times if you are not having issues with your sight in terms of probably blurry vision or what have you, you do not go to the hospital for a checkup. So we should, as Nigerians, I know it can be challenging because of the state of the economy, you know, standard of living of the average Nigerian, everyone just trying to get by, but we should also have periodic, you know, checkup even for the eyes.
Yeah, you just said what I was about to say. Some person don't even know they have eye issues until probably just have they are noticing some kind of headache somewhere, they squint sometimes, and they think, okay, maybe I'm just stressed out, until they see a doctor. I mean, using glasses doesn't necessarily mean you have eye issues. That using of glasses can probably to shield your, that some glasses, not the one we buy on the roadside that we have you wear, and funny enough, those things we buy on the roadside is not for your eyes. And then if it's sunshades, fine, you can buy designer sunshades. If you can't afford designers, you can buy normal sunshades to shade your eyes from the sun. But this normal clear glasses we buy on the roadside, it's not even helping your eyes. The doctor had to tell me that it's not helping your eyes. Now, if you want glasses, if you don't have eye issues and you want glasses that will help shield, probably you use the laptop so much, you go to the hospital or you get go to a professional. There are glasses that they call it blue rays. It shields your eyes for that purpose. You don't necessarily need to have an eye issue. If you're someone, probably an editor, or you work with lights, a very lit up environment and computers or lots, you need to shield your eyes, and not the ones you buy from the roadside, please, because these glasses, some persons even sell recommended glasses on the road. I'm like, how do you even know my prescription?
Exactly.
My prescription is different from, we can have the same eye defect, but our prescriptions differ. So you're selling a prescribed glass on the road. So how are you sure? And people go there and they look at it. Once they can see properly with it, they assume it's the best for them. But even with your prescriptions, you are even advised to go recheck every 3-4 months, because the prescription I was given like 2 years ago when I got my glasses, it will be different if I want to probably renew the
new one.
Probably the defect has changed and I need something else to correct something else. So if I'm using the same prescription for another glass, it's not even advisable. It only ends up damaging the eyes more. So when it comes to the eyes, so many things we don't know. Some persons are seeing properly and they assume they have nothing wrong with their eyes. But if you go to check, you realize that something somewhere, and using glasses doesn't mean you're blind. Doesn't mean you are a nerd. Even if you're a nerd, nerds are humans, you know, come on. So it doesn't mean you're, I know one of the reasons I even had to stop back then in secondary school, because I look like a professor, I didn't want to hear all of those things, so I just had to stop, you know. But all of those things contribute. A lot of people who don't want to use them now, they have contact lenses too, but they are more expensive. So whatever works for you, use it and ensure it's you that is important, not about what people say. But people would always have something to say. So we're not the ophthalmologists here now, though.
But it's a good one you've touched on as well, because there's always that need to sometimes conform to societal, you know, dictates, and you just realize that those who do that fall victims of some of these eye challenges and defects. As you've said as well, two people can have the same eye defects, but it doesn't mean they will make use of the same glasses as it were. I talked about the eye pressure before. I didn't know of that. So, you know, until I accompanied my mom to the hospital and, you know, went through a series of tests before I understood what that is. So I think the message here will be for everyone who has an eye defect or the other, get down to the hospital and go through proper tests in that regard. For those who, you know, do not have, they should also ensure that on a regular basis, probably once a year, they go through, you know, proper eye checkup, just to ensure that they are fine, and more importantly, that they love their eyes.
They love their eyes, all right?
It's on that note, we'll take a break now. When we return, we'll continue with more conversations for you.